our faculty and the lamp of the light on which the whole class has to run. I am here, I am Sanjay Kumar. I want to speak on presentation skill and what are the requirements. I will start with a very simple thing. Nobody is a born speaker. Only child is born. So, whenever we say that he is a born speaker, it is a wrong. Only child is born. But the qualities can be inculcated, can be developed, and you can become the best of the speaker. This time I remind one of the greatest speaker of the time. Because it is a time to remember that if you want to speak, you have to practice. The first and foremost thing, you all have to check that whether you have practiced it correctly or not. So, मैं अपनी बात शुरू करता हूँ अपने स्टाइल से. ऐसी वैसी बातों से खामोशी ही बेहतर है या वैसी बात करें जो खामोशी से. हम इसीलिए प्रेजेंटेशन स्किल पे एक बात बोलना चाहते हैं. The first and foremost thing we should know that presentation is an art. And any art, like any art, it can be different. What is your ambition of that? How you are presenting and how you are selecting your sentences, that will matter in life. The most important thing that any presentation, I believe, is how you are starting. In this particular time, I am reminding one of the greatest person of India, Vivekananda. He said, "Friends and brothers and sisters of America." And it really attracted the imagination of the people. The person who was not allowed to speak long, he may keep on speaking and made impact that still people are remembering. Anybody who has read the book Shakespeare about the Antonius speech after the death of Julius Caesar, and you know he said, "I am not here to friends, Romans and countrymen. I am not here to support Jesus Caesar. I am here to bury him." And ultimately what happened, everybody knows in the history. So this is one of the finest speech that has been ever done. You all know Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. That speech is still we remember. So for whether you are starting well or not, that is very, very important. In any presentation, a start is very, very important. So you must go in mind this particular thing. I will start how we are speaking. So one word I have used, normally I use, is a power. Power is make you powerful. Power, but I use it, P is for preparation. I don't know whether how many people have prepared it and how many times you have prepared it. Organize. Whatever you are knowing, but if you are not organizing your thought correctly, you will not be successful. That is one thing one must bear in mind. W is for write. Most of the people are very smart not writing it. We feel, whatever I have read, I know it. It is chances of failure is very, very huge, even in the classroom. We are the person from the objective, taking examination in objective nature. But if you are not writing it, you will not be succeed. And whatever we are writing, you always need that whether you have edited or not. Without editing, you will not be successful. Because there are certain things that will come in your mind that is not required and that should not be spoken. So you have edited. Once you have edited, the two things is important, whether you are refining it or not. Refining that this is something I have to speak. You might have written 10, 20, 30 pages, but you have to write 2 pages only. So it is very, very important that whether you have refined. And last but not least, the rehearse is also very important, whether you have done rehearsal 5, 10 times. So whenever I was saying about the refinement of your thought, because I always say in all the classes that I wrote a very long letter because I didn't get time to write short letter. Because this is something we have to understand. This is something you have to sink in. That you are forced to constrain to write long because you have not prepared, because you have to select every word. I was staying some other person in the TT room, and I have such certain point. This is very, very important for that. Maybe that will not be repeated. What is important? That you are born original. That to extend what I have said. Maybe today I will say different thing. Because you don't have to copycat anybody. Everybody is born original, you know, but ultimately you become copycat of others. So those people fail in presentation skill who is becoming copycat of others. You are born original, be original. Only thing you have to take cue from others. So whenever you are presenting any topics, when you are saying certain things, I will always request you, always try to write yourself. And that is why I have yesterday emphasized that it is important to have your language. You don't have to copy the language of others. And most of the time people fail because they are copying others. Copying cannot become the better than Lata. Copying the person who is copying the song singing of Lata Mangeshkar cannot become better than Lata Mangeshkar. But those who are not copying, maybe he or she becomes sometimes better than Lata Mangeshkar. Nobody knows. So you all know in cricket field you can understand. Everybody is talking about a particular player of time. But maybe time has come that one player, Sachin Tendulkar, who has surpassed the importance and recognition of Sunil Gavaskar. So this is happening here in so you have to check it. So before you start, there is three important parts. First, you have to know what type of presentation you are going with, whether it is a persuasive presentation, whether it is an illustrative presentation, whether so you know what type of presentation you are going to make. If you are going to make a correct presentation, then definitely you have to take the model. So first I will call whether you have started or not. Well begun is hard. So you can cram even. For 2 sentences you can cram. This is something I will say. Okay, this is very easy to do. But if you do keep on going cramming all the things that you have written, definitely you are going to fail it. And even if sometimes you will succeed, next time you will fail. So ultimately the failure percentage will be higher. Second is the coverage of topics. And coverage of topics is one of the most important things because these are something that you want to tell. But you must bear in mind, nobody knows what is the coverage you have given. You people are not aware what I have written in this copy. And maybe somewhere else I have read it. So coverage of topics is important, but not try to cover everything. Because if you try to cover everything, you will not meet the time constraint that you have been given. So second is coverage of the topics. Third is how you are ending. I tell you can summarize. If you are not aware of the subject, you can even summarize it and say these are some of the things I wanted to emphasize upon it, and this will succeed. But if you are saying certain thing where you want to get certain word, so you have to tell it. Suppose I am talking about the plastic. I can tell you, even if we are aware that plastic is very, very dangerous for the generation to come, we have thrown plastic outside the training center. So we just go, well, today we can make a plan that we will take plastic from there and we'll keep in the dustbin so that it will not destroy the environment. We can tell like this also. So these are the three things. And what are the models that I always call keep it simple. KISS, there is a principle of KISS that you people might be understanding more than me. Keep it simple as stupid. The stupid I am talking because if it is a simple and easy to understand, everybody will understand it. So presentation is very, very important to cover. Most important thing in conversation that you must have a smiling face. Nobody is interested in your face that you should not. Everybody is interested. A smile on the face always attract the imagination. So with that, but if you are talking on the Dorian, can you smile it? So you have to change your mood according to the subject. So there is certain thing that you must know, that how to use pauses. Because most of the people are not aware how to use pauses. For example, I have to say that for presentation skill, one of the important things that you must bear in mind, the dress. Today I have also tried to wear slightly better dress. Why? So this is the point I want to tell. So whether I was careful about my dress because I was coming for a presentation. I'm not going to deal with the presentation of a PowerPoint presentation and another thing. It is available in the market and you can use it very easily, what type of 6 and 6. I'm not going to tell. I'm going to tell the public speech like this. When you speak for 5 minutes, 10 minutes to make an impression, there can be several types of speech I'm not going to tell. So, there is one issue. Suppose you are feeling thirsty. So you take glass, have water and sip water. Say sorry. Because In any presentation, is it possible that you are needing sipping water? If you feel it, keep the water nearby. But I did it. Say sorry. Yes, I was needing it. So I said, don't keep on waiting like this with the throat harming your speech. Then comes eye contact. But there should be eye contact only. There shouldn't be glaring. Most of the people keep on saying one person, and if one is male and seeing the female, it can come under sexuality. So, what is important for you people? To keep on seeing. My simple principle is very, very easy. My principle is very, very easy. First, see the first person, say the last one, see that girl, and see to her. If you are seeing only 4%, I am not able to tell you, I am not able to see. I am quite tired of. I am shaking with the fear. So I saw only 4%. And people will understand, she will understand that he was seeing to me. And she will feel happy that I have not been ignored by her. But I am so fearful about the public speech that I am not able to tell. So this is something we have to understand, how to have eye contact. It is the Bill Clinton approach of seeing people. It is not possible to see everybody, but nobody should feel ignored. So the eye contact is very, very important. What is the pitch of that? Most of the people they speak in monotone. Monotone always harm the interest. Most of the speakers are like that. So whether you are using monotone or whether you are emphasizing on particular point or not, that is very, very important to you people to know. So this is something you have to know. This is something you have to learn. And you have to plan that this sentence I will not use monotone. For example, if I say that humor is very, very important but never become humorous, I want to emphasize that. Why I am saying so? Humor is one of the important aspects of, but you have to be very careful about that. The humor sometimes take away your subject. So you have to be very careful, and you should know if when it is going beyond your control. So initially I always recommend don't use humor as a subject, because most of the people are attracted by your speech, and they will say दिग्विजय है बड़ा मजा आ गया. So उसको मजे में interest आ गया, story में मजा आ गया. The crux of the issue he or she was not able to understand. So you have to be very careful. I always recommend anecdote. And yesterday some people have asked how you tell their story sitting in this bench. I am not remember who, but I can say मुझे एक story बोलनी. For example, मान लीजिए दहेज की बात, तो मैं एक स्टोरी बोलूँगा कि सारा सामान अपने रखते हुए पूरे सामान घर का उस ससुराल जाते समय लड़की ने पीछे घूमकर माता पिता को देखा और बोला सब कुछ तो छूट गया, क्या ले जाए. So this kind of story in one line, it will not take time. So you have to understand how to tell a story. We call it anecdote. So you have to read according to your subject, because you are given 3 to 4 minutes only. So you cannot take the liberty of taking like me. I am taking time. So coverage of topics there. Start you have done. Simplicity always matters. Man is born simple. Gandhi ji was a very simple person, but he attracted the imagination of the whole, the color and complexion of national movement change because of the Gandhi ji. He was a very simple person. And has guts to say. If you want to tell something, you must have guts to say. Like Gandhi has said, कि जब विक्टोरिया ने बोली कि कपड़ा कहाँ गया, तो बोला आप लोग यहाँ चला है. So you must tell. उस जमाने की बात कर रहे हैं जब सूर्य डूबता नहीं था. So this is something you have to understand. Simplicity always matters. Coverage of topics always matters. You have to use. You should know certain points what you want to tell. Otherwise, it will fail definitely. So simplicity is important. Pitch is important. And pace is important. What is your pace of speaking? Most of the people, I always do incorrect thing. My pace is slightly higher than the normal person. But you have to understand that pace always harm the interest and your capability. People, doesn't sink in. Normally be careful that you cannot tell 1 minute incorrect thing. Because if I am saying 1 minute incorrect thing, I am dissipating time of 36. I am dissipating 36 minutes of time. Anybody can afford it. You have to keep your palm open, because if you are saying certain thing and if you are saying for 3-4 minutes, you don't have luxury to keep on moving like this. It will take half hour of the minute. But if you are telling for 1.5 hours you are speaking, you can move, make some movement. But if you are saying for 3 or 4 minutes, if you keep on moving like that, it will create a problem for the eyes of all the people. You have to keep on moving the eye very fast, and that will not be, you will be able to tell. So eye contact is very important, but eye contact you have to create an environment so that the people should listen. So once you have covered the topics, what is the level of practice? I always recommend 5 to 10 times practice is always important to be successful in the world. And even if you fail, only those people will succeed who has a practice of practicing. How many people have asked? I'm not aware, I'm not asking, but I am just informing. How many people have asked whether I am presenting is correct or not? Even writing so much, some people write कि ये बेकार लिखा हुआ है. So I always ask what suggestion you are making. Most of the people don't suggest it, but I always keep on asking, because one person, if he has written, he or she will improve my capability. Nobody can afford it. What is the movement of you have to see. Initially there is a problem of length. Initially there is a problem of confidence. But you have to create fear. Fear is always there, but you can fear into a strength by preparing, by practicing, and by saying something good to the other. If you are saying certain good thing, definitely it will work. Maybe it may not be as effective as you are imagining. Learn to tell stories. The story always matters. Why anecdote I was saying, stories also. Because most of the TED speakers you might have seen, they are telling about their story or a story of some others. So whether you are telling a story and maybe you have given time, but definitely you have to learn the story. That should relate you and that should relate the others. For example, I can say to some of the story that you are learning for other person, how the Modi story was. Of taking tea in the Badnagar, selling tea at the Badnagar, everybody feels, oh, here is a person who was selling tea, become the Prime Minister of India, so I will become the Prime Minister. How many people will become Prime Minister? But that create the vision, so you have to create the vision of the participant. Once you have created vision of the participant, then definitely you will attract people. You have to attract, you have to keep on appreciating people if you get on time. Yeah, you are fine, she is supporting me. And she is supporting the right kind of thing. So this is something in presentation, your dress, I always call it is important. Dress, because dress is a first impression. I have come to your place, and if I would have, I am not Gandhi, who can wear whatsoever, and make an impression. I remember one thing very interesting about the Vallabhbhai Patel and Gandhi. Vallabhbhai Patel said, Gandhi said to Vallabhbhai Patel, keep fast. He said, कि सर मैं फास्ट करना चाहता हूँ आपकी तरह, लेकिन आप जब फास्ट करते हो तो लोग आता है खाना खिलाने के लिए. हम तो अगर फास्ट रखेंगे तो फास्ट से मर जाएंगे, कोई आएगा नहीं मेरे को खाना खिलाने. So you must learn how to use humor in a very effective manner. Suppose I am missing certain thing, point writing. Writing is very, very important. So I am just writing. Distraction, people will keep distraction. Keep making distraction, because there are 4 types of people in always any class. Mr. Side Talker, Mr. Talkative, keep on asking questions. Mr. Silent, she or he will keep on thinking about the Tuti sari she or he has purchased. So these type of people you have to be very careful that even silent people, whether she is listening or not, she is outside. So I am taking care of all these people whether they are in the class or not. So begin with end in mind. What impression you want to make? I had said one person has said begin with end in mind, quoting 7 habits of highly effective people. The third habit is begin with end in mind, or second habit or first. I don't know, but I know all the habits. So you must know what you want to tell. Suppose I am talking on cross-selling, and know a lot of people are against cross-selling. So you have to say certain things, what I should say that people are attracted to cross-selling. Any form of business is not incorrect form of business. Only thing you have to do with honesty, be honest in speech. Because if you will are not honest in the speech, it will not come out of the mind. I have already said about the Gautam Buddha and Mahavir. How Mahatma Gandhi, Gautam or Mahavir made an impression, because what they were saying, what that was believing and that was practicing. So whether you are practicing or not. So definitely, sorry. I have already said be original, be yourself, your capability. I believe in 100 by 0 principle. You give 100% to other people. Maybe some, how people are responding, it is okay. I'm not expecting that I'm the best executor, but I can become the best. So 100 by 0 principle is the most important thing that you should know. You give your 100%, extra day I don't know what she has done. Because she is in the second number, yeah? You are in the second. Second, you have to speak second. Second, oh, you are second. Because so you, if you have to say what is your preparation, you must know. If you have given 100%, you will not feel bad about that. So summarizing all things, I will request. I am quite sure that you people will make miracle. You don't see what I am saying, because I am 30 years older, 32 years older than you. You have to see what you are, and you have to become better than what you have excited. So what I have said, whether you have begun or not, so check. Whether you have made a coverage of topics or something for any, everybody is interested in what is for me. Nobody is interested in my dress. If his dress is well, so he is not interested in my dress. He is interested in his dress. What is his requirement or her requirement, that is important for you. So coverage of topics should cover something for everybody. Otherwise, so it has a very simple thing also. It may have some critical thing also. So everybody should feel that she or he has got something. How you have made a closer of something. Closer is very, very important. Because passion, voice modulation, these are some of the things that must be there. That must be. Your anecdote, your pauses, your smile, very, very important for any type of a speech, any speech. So these are some of the topics that you have to see, and you have to take care of that, because it is a great thing talking to you is very, very important for me, because I know it has a lot of impression that you are making. I was also fearing a lot before coming to the stage. You have seen me reading something, and definitely 90% I have forgotten. I said 90% of things I have not spoken. So you have to know. So even if you have not able to cover the topics, it is okay. People may not know what type of preparation you have made. So that is the one thing you have to be careful. Be happy, enjoy your time, and keep speaking. Maybe 5 years hence you will be one of the best speakers that will be seen in some of the newspaper or some of the TV debate. I will be happy to see you people to make miracle in course of time, because you know you have the capability, you have the potential, and you can make things change. World is not made by the great people. World is made by the common people who has done greatness. You can see 100 examples of that. Nobody was knowing what type of person he is. And Angulimal Thakur, everybody knows. So there is Surdas, what Surdas was doing, everybody knows. So and he became one of the finest poet of India. So lot of example is full of example in life. So you have to learn. And one example I will call one of the Bihari people who was going to appear in the exam. And he saw the question was asked about him. I'm not telling the name of the person, I'll say you should check it. And the question was about him, who got the youngest author, who got the Gyanpit, young author Gyanpit. He saw it was his name. He thought this is the time where I should make miracle, and now he is making a lot of waves in the country. You should try to find the name of the person. Thank you.